What if I tell you you can condense 200 to 300 pages of an IPO prospectus into just 6 important things? Yes, and that process will take only 10 minutes of your time. So in this video, we're going to use a recent IPO, Shepherd Green, as a quick example here. Number one is to get access to the IPO prospectus. Seeing as there might not be much information about a company issuing the shares for the first time, you might find it hard to conduct a thorough analysis. So, if you want to do more research on your own, grab a copy of the prospectus. For Singapore Exchange itself is housed under the catalog. So if you want to check out the link, I've put it in the description below. Now that you have the prospectus e-copy, let's dive into the other things you should know. First and foremost, we have to understand what the company is about before investing into any stock. Alright, so most IPO prospectus have the summary information lined out in colorful pages right at the beginning. For example, in the case of this new IPO, Shepherd Green, the group talks about how it is a HR provider specifically for the renewable energies industry and their whole chain of services and the renewable segment exposure like offshore wind, etc. If you scroll through the IPO summary, within a few pages, you'll be able to understand what the company is about, okay, the types of services they provide, like their positioning in the market, as well as the industry trends, like how the trend is going to propel the company forward. On top of that, you will see the investment merits of the company, as well as the business strategies and the future plans that the company has. So what they're going to use the IPO proceeds for. And the last but not least, their strong financial growth over the past few years. If you're interested after reading the IPO summary, we have to find out about the IPO details next. Usually located on the first page of the prospectus, the IPO will present the total number of shares on offer. Most IPOs will have a public tranche, which is offered to retail investors like you and me. Alright, and a placement tranche, which is only catered to rich investors, high net worth, institutional investors. For Shepherd Green, there are 3.6 million shares catered for retail investors at an IPO price of 25 cents. Given that one person spent 2,500 to ballot for 10,000 shares, 3.6 million shares means that only 360 people need to apply for the IPO before the public tranche is fully subscribed. So, all in all, right, you know that the public offer could get oversubscribed multiple fold. And next, what if you want to take action and apply for the IPO? You will then need to check out the indicative timetable to make sure you apply for the IPO on time, right? So this will be by the close of application date. And also, you need to take note of the commence trading date when the stock will start trading. Next, you should also check out who you are investing in, as the management team is the one that makes or breaks a company. From the shareholders section, find out the respective stakes of the top leaders, the directors, and the substantial shareholders of the company. The next best thing is to dive into their experience by checking out each individual's LinkedIn page or the company's About Us page if you have extra time. Long story short, you want management team to have a decent level of experience and a meaningful interest in the company so that their interests are aligned with you. The fifth thing to look at is the IPO's valuation, and it is usually stated under the section called offering statistics. That being said, most of the IPOs will be based on pre-IPO share count. So you will need to adjust the valuation for the post IPO share count to get a more accurate picture. For example, you can see that Shepherd Green EPS pre-IPO is based on 162 million shares and the IPO market capitalization is based on the post-IPO of 186 million shares. One quick way to adjust is to multiply the EPS by the pre-IPO shares to get the correct earnings amount and then divide it by the post IPO number of shares again. Last important thing to be aware of is the risk pertaining to the company and the industry. You can check it out on the section on risk factors. One crucial thing to look out for is whether the company is reliant on a few key customers or suppliers to sustain the business. If so, it is a major risk that you need to take note of. So now I want to hear from you. What do you look out for when you are going through an IPO? Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Next, you may also want to check out this video where I will share about Singapore stocks with over 30% potential upside. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching and ciao.